the point is, number one, you got to be truthful, you got to be honest, and you got to be straightforward. We can't mislead people. But it is not misleading to say to any potential tourist that our beaches, the vast majority of our beaches, are beautiful, the water is clean, the fish are biting, and they can go scalloping.
The contract is short and to the point, just 3 pages. It's between BP and marine scientists and researchers along the Gulf, hired for their expert witness services.
Sounds pretty harmless, right? Hardly, say the scientists we spoke with who tell us they've been approached by BP. The way they see it, BP is tying up expert witnesses who might otherwise testify for the federal government when the government files its natural resources damage assessment lawsuit. The scientists also say that BP is trying to prevent the scientists' ongoing research and findings about the spill from being made public.
It is BP's apparent attempt to insulate itself from oil litigation. No matter what the scientists find, good or bad, they can only share it with BP. Robert Weigel, a Mississippi environmental lawyer who has clients with claims against BP, looked over the contract. He says BP is trying to buy silence by taking key scientists out of circulation.
The public's going to need the best science that they can get to make sure that the damage from the spill gets fixed, gets compensated for, and that it gets done in the best possible way. And if you lock up the people who know the most about this, who are the scientists in the research institutions down here, the public's not going to get what it ought to out of that process.
It took 40 years for Stu Shear to build his business, running charter fishing boats for tourists in the Gulf. Now it's all falling apart between the oil spill that shut down business and haggling with BP over his client. Stu walked into the local claims office, but BP classified him large loss and moved his claim 90 miles away. He only speaks with his adjuster by phone.
They wanted 2007, 8, 9 returns. They wanted my log books. They wanted my bank statements. They wanted all my licenses, P&L statement.
So you laid out
everything.
All this paperwork.
Everything.
To the number.
To the penny, virtually. This is what I calculated from May 9th through the end of December that I had on the books, actual booked, not projections, not people still calling me.
And when you itemize these costs for BP, you even accounted for that you wouldn't be using fuel.
That's right. So if my boat didn't leave the dock, I wouldn't have fuel, bait, rods, reels, ice, contract labor. My gross was $162.8. Less expenses, daily boat expenses, came out to $107,982. My bookings for this year amounted to a gross net of $107,000, and they basically offered me $33,000.
He turned down that offer and is now haggling to make up the difference. Unfortunately, the bottom line is he's probably going to have to take that initial offer and then refile additional claims every few months while his boats are out of business. We did call BP. Now, they don't comment on individual claims, but so far they have cut more than 30,000 checks and paid out more than $100 million. Chris Lawrence, CNN, New Orleans.